NetsBoy, so let's hear what he has to say. His name is NetsBoy, he thinks the world is all over when the Nets just can't play.
What up, Net fans? NetsBoy here, bringing your latest in your Brooklyn Nets news. All right, look, there's not much to say in this episode. There really isn't. I mean, the Nets are just a complete disaster, and once again, just a giant joke. I mean, it is really getting tough watching these games now. Like really. And I never thought that it was going to get like this to the point where I don't even care anymore. And that is incredible because usually I find something to be excited about with this team throughout my entire Nets fandom. Even when they were the New Jersey Nets winning only 12 games, I still got excited because I'm like, could this be one of the games they miraculously win? And it made it actually exciting because they lost so much then that like whenever they were in a game, you got you hooked. Like, but this is just frustrating. This is just ridiculous. They're 26-45 now. They're now 4.5 games behind the Hawks for the final playing spot. But that's just delusional at this point. I shouldn't even have even said that because there's no way the Nets are going to catch the Hawks the way they're playing and the way everything is going with the 12 games or 11 games left to go. Like, no, it's not going to happen. So there's very little to get excited about with this team, and I don't know. I mean, they keep on playing hard. You can see it, but the reality is they're just not good. And it's crazy because when you saw them at the beginning of the year, right? You're like, okay, this team could be solid, right? They were they were 14-11 at one point. You're like, oh, okay. And I'll go back to something I said way back towards the beginning of the year when the Nets started, what was ultimately the beginning of the end. It was like right after the play-in tournament, and they had a tough stretch of games. And I said, this could be the last time we see this Nets team over 500. And man, could I have not been more correct with that statement way back in, I think that was like the end of December when I said that. I mean, now here they are 19 games under 500, almost 20 games. And you just like, it's incredible. This team. And it's the same things over and over again. Inconsistency from Cam Johnson. Cam Thomas now trying to do too much. Mikal Bridges completely disappearing off the face of the earth and in any way possible. Claxton with a great play 1 second and a stupid technical foul the next second. Players getting hurt constantly, like Dorian Finny-Smith being out and then missing time. Dennis Schroeder trying to do too much. Lonnie Walker being hot 1 second and a disaster the next. It's the same crap, and it's just why this team's not good. And like I said, I don't have much to say other than that. It's tough. It's frustrating. Every game I watch half interested. I literally just watch it for the sake of just that I feel like I committed all my entire life almost to this franchise and this team. I've got to just continue to see it through, but it is brutal. And even when they look good, like when they were playing the Knicks late this last last game, and they were looking sharp, and I thought maybe they could have like pulled off the win. I knew deep down they had no shot. Even obviously when they were playing the Bucks the game before that, I knew they had no shot in that game, even though they were playing well. Like you just know that they have no shot at winning these games. You know it from the opening tip. They just suck and are a joke, and it's just frustrating. I mean, I cannot wait for baseball season. Oh, this is so brutal right now, but I don't even know if I should even talk about the next couple games because what is the point? The name of this episode is The Nets May Never Win Again. And I firmly believe that, at least this season. I mean, I would say they got some winnable games coming up, but Remember, they lost games to the Pistons, they lost games to the Hornets, they lost games to the Spurs. So if you're not going to win those games, what makes you think they're going to win any game? It's just the same crap. I would not be surprised if the Nets lose out the rest of the year. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be because this team sucks. Maybe they'll get lucky and win a couple games, but I'll tell you this now. They are not winning more than 30 games for the season at the end of the year, which is crazy in my mind to even think of that this team was probably going to finish 30 and 52. That's what I think. Just winning 4 more games, that to me is a long shot. I never would have fathomed that with this team. But now I think it's very possible. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with Mikal Bridges. I mean, I know a lot of Net fans have been really frustrated with him. Everyone's saying that the Nets should have traded him. I don't really think the Nets should have traded him, but it's also hard to look at some of the offers that were reported for him and say that, wow, they turned that down, like 4 draft picks and like Jalen Green or something like that. Like I think that was one of the reports or something like that, or a couple draft picks. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what Sean Marks is going to do, and he's got to do something because his job has got to be on the line at this point. And if it had, I mean, if it's not like I think this is the last chance for Sean Marks. It has to be the last chance for Sean Marks. And I've actually liked Sean Marks throughout all of his tenure as the Nets, the way he built the Nets from irrelevance to relevance. Well, now they're back at irrelevance again, and now he's got to figure this out. And he's got one off season to do it. This coming off season, Sean's got to figure out how to fix this disaster because this Nets team cannot be like this next year. It can't. They've got to either commit to one side or the other. They either got to be a playoff team or, and when I say playoff team, I don't mean battling in the play-in. I mean true top 6 seed playoff team. Either be there or you got to, can't even say tank. I can't even say tank because as we know, tanking doesn't help the Nets. They don't have their draft pick, but you got to go young. You got to go young. You got to build around Claxton, build around Cam Thomas, right? Build around, Wilson and Clowney and maybe if Whitehead becomes healthy, build around those guys. Try to acquire other young players with upside like they did back in the day. When they need to do a trade like they did when they got D'Angelo Russell. Like to this day, like that's one of the best trades that Sean Marks ever made. Granted, it came at the expense of one of my favorite Nets, Brook Lopez. When he traded Brook Lopez to the Lakers and got D'Angelo Russell, a guy who everyone kind of gave up on because he didn't reach his potential. That trade sparked everything that made this Nets team relevant. He's got to find a move like that coming up this offseason. That's the only thing I think he can do. I don't think he's going to be able to land Donovan Mitchell. I don't think he'll be able to land any of the other top possibly available superstars. I just don't. But I don't know. Whatever. I'm wrapping up this episode. There's no reason to talk about anything else. Nets suck. They're a disaster. They'll never win a freaking game again. They should just. Let me know what you guys think. Why not? I mean, this is kind of a waste of an episode when it's all said and done. It's just mostly just me showing how frustrated and just depressed I am when it comes to this team. But I'm sure that's the way most Net fans feel. So I'm just echoing that. So let me know what you guys think about everything. Forget the next couple games. Like I said, they'll be lucky to win any of them. Keep your eyes open for the next NetsBoy. I mean, look, there may only be one more left the rest of this year because it's so depressing right now to even do these episodes that I might just be like, screw it. Like if you don't see an episode for a while until the end of the season, it's just because I'm like, what's the point? But I don't know, maybe. So keep your eyes open. Until then, this is NetsBoy just signing off.